Hello dear students, in this video I'll be solving mathematics paper which was asked in 2023 board exam. Alright, so let's start. As you can see, this is set 2 and so mathematics paper. Okay, so let's start. So the first question was section A. Yeah, here it goes. It says if one zero of the polynomial x squared minus 3kx plus 4k be twice the other, then the value of k is, right? So what we can do is just assume that the first root is alpha and therefore the second root will be twice of alpha, right? So here we know the fact that sum of roots, so alpha plus 2 alpha is equals to minus b by a. So minus is outside and b is how much? Minus 3k. So minus of minus 3k divided by a. A is how much? A is 1. So we get 3 alpha is equals to 3k, or 3 cancels out. This implies alpha is equals to k, right? Next thing is then the value of k we have to find. So alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So c by a here is nothing but 4k divided by 1, which is equal to 4. So now what is k? K is equal to alpha from 4. So we can say there's alpha into beta, right? And what is beta? Another root is 2 alpha. So we can write alpha into 2 alpha is equal to 4 into alpha. So 1 alpha and 1 alpha cancels out, right? So here we can say 2 alpha square is equal to, right, 4, or we can have alpha is equal to 2. That is plus or minus 2, isn't it? So here we have the positive alpha, square root of. So alpha is equal to 2, which is the B is the correct answer. Okay. Moving on to next one. So next question is the ratio in which x-axis divides the line segment joining the points minus 2, 3 and 6, minus 7 is what? So we have to find the ratio. So let's mark these 2 points. Let's say this is A, whose coordinates are minus 2 and 3. And let this be point B, whose coordinates are 6, minus 6. So now this is a line and this has been divided by x-axis. So x-axis means what? Let's say this is a random point P. X-axis means x values are there and y values are 0. So in general, I can write the values are x, 0 of this point. Right? Now since this point P divides the line segment AB in the internal thing. So it divides in the ratio m is to n. Let the ratio be m is to n. So now we know the section formula. Therefore, for y coordinate, we can say y is 0, right? So I can equate for y is equals to, here we have m into y2. So m into minus 7 plus n into 3, right? y1 divided by m plus n, right? So now if you do cross multiplication, we get 0 into m plus n, which is 0, equals to minus 7m plus 3n. Right? Therefore, we can write 7m is equals to 3n, or m divided by n is equals to 3 divided by 7, which is nothing but 3 is to 7. So 3 is to 7 is the B option. So that is the correct option. Okay. Moving on to the next one. We have the third question. It says, what is the total surface area of solid hemisphere of diameter d? Right. So we know that hemisphere is something like this, half of sphere, right? So the total surface area of solid hemisphere is nothing but half of sphere 2 pi r square plus pi r square of the surface. So this basically becomes 3 pi r square, right? Now here in terms of diameter we have to find. So radius we know that it is d by 2, so d square divided by 4. So 3 pi by 4 d square, which is nothing but the d option. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Question number 4. What is the length of the arc of a sector of a circle with radius 14 centimeter and the central angle is 90? So basically the arc is something like this. The center angle is 90 degrees, and we know that the length is equal to r into theta, right? So now radius is given to us as 14 centimeter and angle is 90. We have to find. So now how much is radius? Radius is 14 centimeter and theta is 90 degrees. So 90 degrees is nothing but pi divided by 2, right? Pi is 180 degrees. So I can write L is equal to 7 pi, and pi is nothing but approximate value 22 by 7. So 7 cancels out. We get finally L equals to 22 centimeter. So L equals to 22 is the correct answer. Okay. Now moving on to question number 5. It says if x is equal to 0.3 is the root of the equation, then k is equal to what? Right? So if x is the root, so I can say, I can plug in x is equal to 0.3 square minus 0.9k. This thing should be equal to 0. That is what the meaning of root is. Right now 0.3 square is nothing but 0.09 minus 0.9k equals to 0. Therefore we have 0.09 divided by 0.9 equals to k, which is nothing but equal to 0.1. Right? So 0.1 is the option C. It's the correct option. Now question number 6. Question number 6 says, given that AB is parallel to PQ, if AB is equals to 6 centimeters, PQ equals to 2 centimeters, and OB is 3 centimeters, right? So here we can see that there are two triangles, right? Something sort of this. Okay, and it is also given that these two lines are parallel. This is 6, this is A, this is B, and this is 3 centimeters, which is O, and this is Q, this is P, and this is nothing but 2 centimeters. Alright, so here we can say that this angle is equal to this angle, vertically opposite angle. Now since these two lines AB is parallel to PQ, I can say angle A is equals to angle Q, and therefore I can also say angle B is equals to angle P. Right? So if I break down these two triangles, something like this, this is triangle OBA. Now OB is how much? OB is 3 centimeters, AB is 6, and OA we don't have. And then the next one, this triangle, which is OPQ, right? So OPQ, PQ is 2 centimeters, and OP, I think we have to find OP, isn't it? So OP is nothing but OP over here is, that is what we have to find, OP is. So now these two triangles are similar, right? Because of angle criteria. All the angles are equal, therefore the sides will be in ratio. So using similarity, I can write, so OP is similar to this OB. So OP divided by 3 is equals to PQ. PQ is similar to this AB divided by AB. And therefore OP divided by 3 equals to PQ is 2 and AB is 6. Right? So therefore OP is equals to 3 into 2 divided by 6, which is nothing but 1. So option D is the correct answer, 130. Alright. Okay. Then next we have the seventh question. So seventh question says, if P and Q are natural numbers and P is a multiple of Q, then what is the HCF of P and Q? Right. So here we are given with two numbers. So let P is the multiple of Q, right? So and they are natural numbers. So natural numbers are from 1. So for example, if I take P as 4 and Q as 2, right? So 2 into 2, 4 is a multiple of 2, right? And these two are natural numbers. Then HCF. Now HCF of 4 and 2, HCF is 2. And we also know the fact that HCF can never be greater than LCM. It is always less than LCM, right? So now let's see. P plus Q, can this option be true? No, because P plus Q will be 6. Now 6 can never be greater than what? These the HCF can never be greater than the numbers, right? The sum of the numbers, isn't it? So P plus Q rules out. Then we have P. So what is 2? Can I say this 2 is nothing but Q, right? So HCF is Q. So the option correct is C. And why A is not the option? P into Q. So 4 into 2 is 8. Now 8 is greater than 2, which is not possible because HCF is greater than LCM, which is not possible. Alright. So our answer is D, which is Q. Alright. Moving on to question number 8. It says, if triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR and angle A. So let's quickly draw two angles. It's given that angle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, right? P, Q, and R. This is given to us. Now they are similar, that means angle A will be equal to angle P. So angle A is 32 degrees. So this will also be 32 degrees. And angle R is 65 degrees. So this will also be 65 degrees. Now using angle sum property, we know that this angle B is nothing but 180 minus 65 plus 32, which is nothing but 97. So 180 minus 97 is nothing but 83. So option C is correct for question number 8. Okay, moving on to question number 9. Question number 9 says, a pair of equations x equals to a and y equals to b graphically represents lines which are, okay, so let's quickly draw a Cartesian plane. Now x equals to a, this is a dotted line. This is something x equals to a, right? This is the line, and we know that this is origin 0, 0. So x equals to a is a line which is perpendicular to x axis, and then y equals to b is a line which is parallel to x axis, right? So these two lines are mutually perpendicular. So option A rules out. Then option B says intersecting at b comma a, right? So we all know that in Cartesian coordinate, x axis is independent variable, right? So how to define this point? A will come first and then followed by b, right? So they are intersecting at a point at a and b. Okay, so option D is correct for this, right? Moving on to question number 10. It says the area of a triangle formed by the line. Now this is another equation of line x by a plus y by b equals to 1, where a and b are called as the intercepts, x-intercept and y-intercept. So if I draw this line x equals to a and y equals to b, it will be something like this, where this x-intercept is a comma 0 and y-intercept is 0 comma b, right? So now we have to find the area of this triangle. They have given here with the coordinate axis. So y-axis is this and x-axis is this. So we have to find the shaded area. Now axes are mutually perpendicular, so this is a right angle triangle. If I name it as AOB, okay, so what is the area formula? Half into base into height, and base is how much? A, and height is b. So we have AB divided by 2. So AB divided by 2 is which option? Option B is correct. Okay. Moving on to next one, question number 11. Alright. So question number 11 says, in a single throw of two dice, the probability of getting 12 as a product of two numbers obtained is, right? So we know that when a dice or two dice are thrown at once, the total number of outcomes is 36, right? And we need a product as 12. So what are the factors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, right? These are the factors of 12. So now what are the possibilities? We cannot get the product as numbers as 1 and 12 because the maximum number in which uh, dice have is 6, 1 to 6, right? So what are the pairs? It can be 2, 6, then it can be 6, 2, then it can be 3, 4, 4, 3 are 12, right? Then it can be 4, 3, right? So these are the 4 options, okay, which are possible. So 4 divided by 36 is our answer, which is nothing but 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 is the correct answer. Alright, now moving on to the question number 12. So question number 12 says, If alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial and alpha plus beta equals to alpha beta equals to 10, then a and c values we have to find, right? So now we know that sum of roots alpha plus beta is equals to minus b by a. Now what is b over here? Minus 5. So minus of minus 5 divided by a is a itself. And also we know that a plus alpha plus beta is equal to 10. So 10 equals to 5 by a. Therefore from here we can say a is equal to 1 by 2. Right? So a equals to 1 by 2 is the answer. Now in all the options you can check where a is 1 by 2. So D. So you don't have to solve for C. So D is the correct answer. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Right. So question number 13 says a bag contains 100 cards numbered 1 to 100. A card is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the number on the card is a perfect cube? So from 1 to 100, how many perfect cubes we have? 1 and 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, 5 cube is 125. So 125 is greater than 100. Right. So we have only 4. So 4 divided by total number of cards, so which is nothing but 1 by 25. The probability is 1 by 25. Therefore the option is 1 by 25. Okay. Option C is correct. Moving on to next one. Question number 14 says in the given figure D is parallel to AD. BC, sorry. Right? If AD is 2 centimeters and DB is equals to AE, which is equal to 3 units. Alright. So DB is equals to AE and EC is equals to X, find the value of it. Right. So here we can say this triangle ADE, right? ADE is parallel to the complete triangle, which is this symmetry, right? So DE is parallel to BC. Now angle A is common in both, right? And angle B and this angle D are corresponding angles. Right? Similarly, these two are corresponding angles, right? So all the angles are equal, therefore we can say this triangle and this triangle are similar, right? And therefore we can write if these two are similar as, so AB is how much? AB is 3 plus 2, 5, isn't it? And how much is AC? AC is nothing but 3 plus X, complete distance from here to here, right? And AD is given to us as 2, and we are given with AE as 3. So what I can write is 2 divided by 5 is equal to 3 divided by 3 plus 6, right? Now cross multiplication will give us 6 plus 2x equals to 5 3 to 15, or 2x is equals to 15 minus 6, therefore 2x is equals to 9, or x equals to 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 is the correct option, which is option D. Alright, moving on to next one. Question number 15. Question number 15 says, if the pair of equations 3x minus y plus 8 equals to 0 and 6x minus ry plus 16 equals to 0 represent coincident lines, then the value of r is, right? So here the condition of coincidence is a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. Right? They are parallel as well as they overlap. That is the condition of coincident line. Right? Otherwise, we also know the equation of a line which is y equals to mx plus c. Right? So if two lines are coincident, that means their slope is same. So m1 equals to m2. Right? So here from first equation I can write y is equals to 3x plus 8. So here m is equals to 3. And from the second equation I can write ry is equals to 6x plus 16 or y equals to 6 by rx plus 16 by r. Right. Now what is m from this equation? M is equal to 6 by r. Now these two lines, this one and this one both are parallel. Therefore their slope will be same. So I can say 6 by r equals to 3 or r is equals to 2. Right. So r equals to 2 is our right. Moving on to question number 16. So 16 is an interesting question. It talks about the angle in a clock. Alright. So let's see. It says the hour hand of a clock is 6 centimeters long. The angle swept by it between 7:20 a.m. and 7:55. Alright. So now we have to find the angle. Now we know that hour hand when it rotates right? Hour hand when it rotates one time, how much angle it covers? 360. So can I say in 12 hours it covers 360 degrees? So in 1 hour, how many degrees it will cover? It is 30 degrees. Now can I say 1 hour is nothing but 60 minutes? So in 60 minutes, 30 degrees. Therefore in 1 minute, how much it will cover? 30 degrees divided by 60. Right. Now we have to find the angle between 720 to 755. So from 720 to 755, how many minutes is it? When we subtract, we get 35 minutes. So now we know that in 1 minute, our hand means an angle of 30 by 60 degrees. Therefore, in 35 minutes, the angle swap will be 30 divided by 60 into 30. Right. So 30 by 60 is nothing but 1 by 2, so which is nothing but 35 by 2 degrees. Right. So 35 by 2 is nothing but this answer. Option B is the correct answer. Alright, then moving on to the next question, which is 17th one. So let's quickly discuss this as well. Question number 17 says, in the given figure, the quadrilateral PQRS circumscribes a circle where PA plus PS is equal to, right? So PA plus PS. Now, here we will apply the theorem of circles, which says that when a tangent is drawn from an external point to a circle, the length of the tangents are equal, right? So this is point B. So PA will be equal to P. So we can say PA is equals to PD. PA equals to PD by this theorem. And we can also say SD is equals to SC. So DS is equals to PS. Right? Now what they have asked? PA plus CS they have asked. Right. So PA plus CS they have asked is equal to what? Now PA is equals to PD and CS is equal to DS. So PA plus PD plus DS is nothing but PS. Right? So our correct option is option C, which is PS. Alright. Moving on to question number 18. Question number 18 says, if alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial p of x equals to x square minus ax minus b, then the value of alpha square plus beta square is what? Right? So here we know that the sum of roots is alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a. So we get a because they are minus b, right? And we have product of roots is equals to c by a. So c is minus b by a. A is 1 here, isn't it? So we finally have alpha into beta is equals to minus b. Now friends, here alpha plus beta whole square, what it is? It is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. Okay, so now I can write alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta equals to alpha square plus beta square, isn't it? So this is what we have to find. Now alpha plus beta is a, so I can write a square minus 2 into alpha beta. Alpha beta is how much? Minus b. So we get a square minus into minus is plus 2b. That is nothing but alpha square plus beta square value. So alpha square plus beta square is a square plus 2. So which is option B. Okay, so this is our answer. Moving on to next question, which is question 19 and 20 based on reasoning, assertion and reason. Okay, so let's see that as well. So as you can see here, the question says, the polynomial x square plus 3x plus 3 has two real zeros, right? So let's quickly take for real, d should be greater than 0, discriminant should be greater than 0. Now here, discriminant is b square minus 4a, right? Should be greater than 0. Here b is 3. So we have 3 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 3, right? Greater than 0. So 3 square is 9 minus 4 is a 12, right? Which is not equal to 0. Therefore, statement 1, a is false, this one is false, right? So let's see the reason. A quadratic polynomial can have at most two real zeros, right? So this is true. Okay, so which option is correct now? Option D says assertion A is false, but reason R is true. Right? So option D. So D is the correct option for answer question 19. Right? Similarly, question 20, it says if PA and PB are tangents drawn from an external point P to a circle with center O, then the quadrilateral AOBP is cyclic. Now what they are trying to say is there is a circle and there is a point P outside, and here we have A. So this tangent and the center O. When we join this, right? So they are saying AOBP is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we clearly know that this is not a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral means it should be completely inside, isn't it? So again, this is false. Now second reason, the angle between two tangents drawn from an external point, right? That means they're talking about this angle, theta. Okay, theta, right? Then is supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the points of contact at the center. So this line. So this line subtends an angle of this. So now this is true. So here this angle will be twice of theta. Okay, that is what they meant. Supplementary to the angle subtended by the line segment joining the points of contact. So this is the line segment joining the points of contact. Okay. So let's say if this is 30 degrees, this center angle. Okay, this angle will be 60 degrees. So this is true. So again, option D is correct for this. Assertion A is false, but reason is true. Okay. Now let's move on to section B. So section B is for 2 marks, and it says question number 1. The length of the shadow of a tower on the plane ground is. So let's say this is the tower, okay, and the shadow is here. So length of the shadow on the plane ground is, so let the height be h. So the shadow height is from here to here, root 3 into h, and this is the ground basically. Okay. So now we have to find, and we know that tower and ground both are 90 degrees. Okay. So let's say this angle is theta. We have to find the angle of elevation of the sun. So sun is somewhere here. So angle of elevation of sun. So here we can use tan theta. Tan theta is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. So h and h cancels out, which is nothing but 1 by root 3. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by root 3, which is nothing but 30 degrees. Okay. So here the answer is 30 degrees. Next one. B part, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower. Okay. So same question. Only thing is they're asking the height of the tower, right? So let's say this point P, which is 30 meters away from the foot of the tower, and it is given that angle of elevation is 30 degrees. So instead of theta, we have angle of elevation is 30 degrees, and they have asked us to find the height. So let height be h. So again, we can say tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite, which is h divided by 30 meters. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 equals to h by 30, right? So now cross multiplication gives us 30 divided by root 3. So if I rationalize, I can multiply by root 3 and root 3. So this becomes 10 root 3 meters. Okay, so the height is 10 root 3 meters. All right. So next, moving on to the next question, which is 22. Question number 22 is based on the theorem just now which we discussed in the previous question. So we know that AB length will be equal to AC and this angle, right? So this angle at the center is twice of this, 65. So it is supplementary basically, right? So this angle will be nothing but 180 minus 65, which is nothing but 115 degrees. So these two are supplementary angles, as we have seen in the previous question. Right? Answer is 115. Next question number 23 part A. Here we have 4 into cot square 45 degrees. Cot 45 is 1, so 1 square minus secant 60 degrees. Secant 60 is nothing but 2. Right? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Secant 60 is reciprocal of cos, so 2. So we have 2 square plus sin 60 square. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 whole square plus p is equals to 3 by 4, and then we have to find the value of p. So we have 4 minus 4 plus 3 by 4 plus p equals to 3 by 4. Right? 4 cancels out, therefore p equals to 0. The answer for this is p equals to 0. Next question B. Question B says cos A plus cos square A, cos A plus cos square A is equals to 1. Then find the value of sin square A plus sin power 4A. Alright. So we have to find this. Now from equation 1, can I write cos A is equals to 1 minus cos square A? And what is 1 minus cos square theta? Isn't it sin square theta? So I can write sin square A. Therefore, we have sin square A equals to cos A. Right? So now what we have to find sin square plus this. So instead of sin square, I can write cos A. I can write cos A. And then sin power 4A is nothing but sin square A whole square. Right? Now what is sin square? Sin square is cos A. So I can write here cos A whole square. So we get cos A plus cos square A. So cos A plus cos square A is 1. In equation 1, it was 1. Therefore, the answer is nothing but 1. Alright? So I hope this question is clear to you. Next, moving on to question number 24. So question number 24 says, show that the points minus 2, 3, 8, 3 and 6, 7 are the vertices of a right angle triangle. Now let's assume that these are the 3 points A, B, C. Okay. Now A is minus 2, 3, B is 8, 3 and C is 6, 7. So if this is a right angle triangle, I have to prove any two sides are mutually perpendicular. So if two lines are perpendicular, then the product of their slope is equal to minus 1. So let's quickly find the slope. So slope of line AB, right? AB is how much? It is 0, right? Because it is y2 minus y1. So slope of AB is 0. Slope of AC is y2 minus y1. So 7 minus 3 is 4 divided by x2 minus x1. So it becomes 8. So we get 1 by 2, right? Now let's find the slope of this line, BC. The slope of BC is nothing but y2 minus y1, that is 3 minus 7, 7 minus 3, sorry, 4, divided by 6 minus 8, which is minus 2, which is nothing but minus 2, right? So we see here that slope of AC multiplied by slope of BC is equal to minus 2 into 1 by 2, which is nothing but minus 1 by 2. Therefore, these two lines are mutually perpendicular, right? Which are those? AC is perpendicular to BC. So what I have to do is just change these names and I have to call it as AC and BC. Right, so therefore it is a right angle triangle. Or you can also use distance formula. Find this distance, and this distance, and use Pythagoras theorem to prove that it is a right angle triangle. So it is a right angle triangle. Okay. All right. So moving on to question number 25. So question number 25 talks about proof, which says that prove that 4 power n can never end with digit 0. Right. So there are two methods. One is conversion method, which you have learned in your NCERT textbook, which says if this 4 can be written as 2 into 5. Right. If any number can be written as a product of 2 and 5, then only it ends with 0. Right. So let's see another proof. N is given as a natural number. So let's see what is 4 power 1. 4 power 1 is 4. What is 4 power 2? 4 power 2 is 16. Right. So it ends with 6 and 4 power 1 ends with 4. Let's see 4 power 3. So 4 power 3 is nothing but 64. It again ends with 4. 4 power 4 is 256. Again it ends with 6. Right. So you can see the pattern. Okay. So for every odd number, right, when n is odd, right, what is the unit digit? You can say the unit digit is 4, isn't it? And when n is even, what is the unit digit? Unit digit is 6, right? So therefore, this number 4 power n can never end with a digit 0, and hence proved. So I hope students you like this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.